I refused to give my white son a black name because I wanted to protect him. My wife called me prejudiced, but she doesn't see what I see. We're both white, but when we were brainstorming baby names, I vetoed everything that had even a hint of culture to it. No Malik, no Darius. I even killed Jordan because I felt it skewed too diverse. My wife was furious until I sat her down and told her the ugly truth about my job. I work in HR for a mid-sized firm. I watch what happens to the resumes that land on my boss's desk. It's an open secret. If the name is Deshaun or Kanisha, that paper hits the shredder before the skills section is even read. My boss doesn't say the N-word, he uses corporate code. He says, I don't think they're a culture fit, or this person might be better suited for an inner city branch. It made me sick, but I wanted my son to have the golden ticket, so we named him Michael. Safe, standard, invisible. Fast forward 8 years. Michael's in 3rd grade and his best friend is a kid named Jamal. They are glued at the hip. Jamal's mom, Lisa, is an incredible woman, a nurse driving an hour each way to work just to put food on the table. She mentioned she was drowning in gas costs, so I told her, we're hiring a nurse at our corporate clinic, send me a resume. I promised I'd help, even though I had a pit in my stomach. Monday morning, I hand the stock to my boss with Lisa on top, Lisa Washington. My boss looks at the name, neutral, then he looks at the address, a majority black neighborhood. He grimaces. Experience is fine, he says, but I don't think she'll mesh with our patient demographic. Our patients are old suburban white people. I knew exactly what he meant. He tossed Lisa's resume in the no pile, and I did nothing. I just sat there, relieved my son wasn't named Jamal. But that afternoon, I got a call from the school. Michael was in the nurse's office. He'd gotten into a fist fight. When I got there, Michael had a shiner. He was crying, but he told me, Dad, some older kids were calling Jamal names, bad names. I told them to stop, and they hit me. He looked at me with these innocent eyes and asked, why do they hate him just for how he looks? That was the moment. I realized I was just like those bullies, just quieter. I was the guy holding the door shut. I went back to the office the next day and fished Lisa's resume out of the trash. I marched into my boss's office and didn't ask, I insisted, you need to interview Lisa Washington. She was a combat medic in the Army. You are not throwing away a veteran. I knew that was the only thing that would override his bias. He grumbled, but agreed to a phone screen, hoping she'd fail. She didn't. She crushed it. When she came in for the interview, she was sharper than any candidate we've ever had. My boss was visibly uncomfortable, trying to find a hole in her armor, but she saved lives in Afghanistan. She can handle a grumpy HR director. I knew he was still going to reject her the moment she left, so I went nuclear. I walked straight to the CEO's office. Our CEO is a former Marine. I said, sir, we have a combat medic with 10 years of trauma experience applying downstairs, and I think you should meet her. The CEO walked right down, shook Lisa's hand, and they swapped stories for 20 minutes. He hired her on the spot. My boss was fuming. I might have put a target on my back, but when I look at Michael now, I'm finally not ashamed of the example I'm setting.